If you like your comedy short, fast, and funny, you've come to the right place. Comedy Time presents QuickLaffs, guaranteed to make you laugh in 30 seconds or less.
They also say that women want to marry somebody like their father and men somebody like their mother. But this I doubt. Now, I will admit, I am attracted to smart women, and my mother has a master's degree. But I have never, ever dated anybody nearly as hot as my mom.
Ladies, you think you need to do all that stuff before you hook up with a guy? You think you need to shower and shave and wear cute undies? I've tested that theory out many times. Let me tell you what happens when you don't do all that stuff. It's still a go.
I think most people growing up want to be something like an astronaut or like a ballerina or something, you know. I initially actually wanted to be a pina colada so my mom would pay attention to me. Yeah, she's a big drinker. She got me started early. I remember my first hangover, too much breast milk.
You know how it's okay to ask a tall person to reach for stuff? Right? And it's okay to ask a short person to crawl under stuff. But for some reason, it's never okay to ask a fat person to crush stuff. That's discrimination.
I got some pretty bad news the other day from my gynecologist, who told me that I got herpes from my vibrator. That is the last time I buy anything on eBay.
I'm broke. I'm currently broke. Hate being broke. You know how you know when you're really broke? It's when you're at the grocery store and you realize you can't afford name brand cereal. So you gotta reach down to the bottom shelf and grab that big dog food size bag of trailer puffs. Yeah, nothing makes you feel poorer than eating a big bowl of black market Lucky Charms. Nothing.
But I love my dad, so I said, Dad, what do you want for your birthday? He says, I want to get a tattoo. I don't know if you know about old people and elasticity and skin, but putting a tattoo on an old person is kind of like taking a wet paper towel and trying to write on it with a frickin' crayon, okay? I take me to the tattoo part. The guy doing the tattoos is in his late 80s, has a slight trimmer, so now my dad's left arms look like somebody took a lie detector's test on it.
Man, I went to the Philippines for the first time. That's my last time. I don't speak the language. Their English is bad. They stole all my luggage. They stole my luggage, right? So I'm looking around for the lost and found. I couldn't find it because they don't call it lost and found. And he goes, whose belongs this? And there's a guy going, whose belongs this? And the ladies try to give me attitude. Funny accent. Over here, attitude is, whatever. Over there, it's, what do you think to me I am?
I like that hashtag flow style that Drake has. You know what a hashtag flow, like, first name ever, last name greatest. It's a hashtag flow. And the hashtag flow will be coming in my head for like regular everyday things. Like, I walk to the bar and they tell me drinks is $10. Water.
I had a rough day today earlier because I had to do some laundry. My washing machine broke. What are you supposed to do when that happens? Did you know there's a 1-800 number underneath the lid? I hate calling call centers because they always think that you're stupid. So I like to act stupid just to make them feel like their job's worthwhile. I call this guy up and like, hey, my washer's not broken. He's all, well, is the lid closed? Oh, no, I didn't think to do that. Let me go close it, but is that gonna disconnect our call?
I hit a bear with my car in Colorado. A bear, not a strong gay guy, an actual bear, okay? I was scared, I didn't know what to do, so I hit the OnStar button like they know what to do. Hit the OnStar, they were like, oh, we see you've gotten into a collision. I was like, yeah, I did. I hit a bear. They're like, what type of bear? Like, I know what type of bear I just hit. She's like, is it a grizzly? I don't know. She's like, it's probably a black bear. I was like, I don't know. She goes, well, describe it. I was like, I don't know. It's a bear. It's a bear. I don't know what to do. She's like, probably a black bear. I was like, I don't think it's a black bear. It didn't get up and was like, oh, no, you didn't. Like, that didn't happen. So I don't think it's a black bear. It didn't teach me how to Dougie. It didn't hurt my credit, okay?
You ever get so drunk you gotta end up walking home by yourself at 4 o'clock in the morning? That's sad, because you get that drunk, you walk home by yourself. I don't know about y'all, but like I live in the city. And when you walk home in the city 4 o'clock in the morning, you don't think that anybody's out to kill anybody. You think that everybody's out to kill you specifically. Anybody you see is a suspect.
My favorite pet, dog. I love dogs. Dogs are my favorite because they're so smart. You know, they mark their territory with urine. Smart. Imagine if people did that. The homeless would own everything.
Man, I'm so excited to be here tonight because I almost didn't make it because I kept changing clothes. Because, you know, you can't decide what to wear because it's, like, really hot during the day and freezing cold at night. You got to layer. I have, like, 4 thongs on. It's kind of like riding a Harley.
I've got a lot of free time. I like to play games on my phone. I play Words with Friends as a Scrabble game. The other day I scored a bingo with the word genesium, which means the female reproductive organs of the plant. So basically I'm either a master botanist or a big, huge cheater.
It's not just the pilots that terrify me, it's the flight attendants, right? They come up with that safety spiel, like, and in case of a water landing, your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device. Well, lady or effeminate man. In the event of a water landing, my seat cushion will no longer be good as a flotation device, because I'll have already used it as a bathroom.
Once this lady came up to me after a show, she's like, Amy, were you really adopted? That's so special. I want to know all about it. Tell me about your family. So I told her about my 2 white parents and my 3 white brothers, and then she goes to me, tell me something, Amy. Did you always know that you were adopted? Yeah, I kind of figured that one out at some point. I was like, no, it's a family secret. And I just thought I had like crazy eyes and a great tan my whole life. Woohoo! Yeehaw!
We all have hood rats in our families. We do. In my family, it's my grandma. Now, I love her. But I love her, but I can't lie on her. She's had kids so she was old, you know? She's like Pancho Villa's hoe, like back in the day. She had kids so she was old. I have a 10-year-old uncle. How messed up is that? A 10-year-old uncle. This little kid rides his bike to my house every Sunday, gives me $1. Here you go, mijo, have fun. Right?
But somebody said to me, they said, did you know that, oh man, they said, it's messed up to eat a baby animal, like a deer, or like a veal or venison, that's messed up. And I was like, hey man, if that's true, what about sprouts? Those little suckers never had a chance. I can't eat a tender and delicious baby animal, but you can put 700 planned abortions on a sandwich. Existential double standard.
Oh man, I like to try new drinks. It's weird when you try. Like I don't like beer's okay, but I like to try like weird drinks. Like I went up to a bartender once and it's a very feminine drink, don't judge me. But I was like, hey, let me get the Cosmopolitan. And I said that, and this is what I found out, that when you say that, you die a little bit. Like boom, it's over. As a man, you go down. Like hey, I want to start doing girl things now. That's what happens. Like, I said that to him, and he thought it was for a girl, because he looked at me and went, hey, do you want the roofies and the drink on the side?
And I have to give my mom credit for that, because here's a woman who, without a high school education, with only 15 feet of wire and a set of bunny ear antenna, figured out the global positioning of a satellite in outer space. Yeah. She's like, mijo, at 2 o'clock, the satellite is there, so the antenna has to be here. Okay, mijo, don't move. It's only a half-hour show. And if you kids want to watch cartoons on Saturday, the Saturday is way over there. So you take this antenna through the window, into the yard, climb on top of the garage, get onto Julio's shoulder, and lean towards the swap meet.
Apparently, what my cousins tell me, my uncles and stuff, they're like, oh man, you know, Grandpa's in this crazy phase where he wants to try on all of his old clothes from the 70s and then show them off. I'm like, well, what is he doing? They're like, don't worry about it, you'll see. So as I'm in the kitchen, my grandfather yells at me, hey, Tone, come check out this jacket. I don't think you ever seen this one. This is a cold-ass jacket. I don't think you ever saw this one. I was like, all right, Grandpa, I'll be there in a second. We'll get these sandwiches together. I grab the sandwiches, I grab the juice, and I go back in my grandfather's room, open the door. My grandfather's standing in the middle of the room, butt naked with a blazer on. He's like, well, what you think? I was like, that's nice, but where your pants and your underwear at? This is awkward. He says, man, you're supposed to be looking at the jacket.
I think the only good thing about having one leg is that a 12-pack of socks automatically becomes a 24-pack.
You know the saying, if the shoe were on the other foot? I tried it. It doesn't fit.
This is how I always dress. We have a very strict dress code. This is it. This is how I've looked every single day my entire life. My friends never say to me, hey David, you look nice today. Because this is how I looked yesterday. What my friends say is, hey David, you look nice forever.
Man, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I got hooked on the show Man vs. Food. Oh, I know, your sympathies. And I don't get this show. In case you don't know it, what this guy does is he goes around to all these restaurants and he takes these food eating challenges. He once ate a 10.5-pound stuffed crust pizza, a 72-ounce steak. His next show, Man versus Cardiologist. You know, but I got to thinking, I wonder how his parents tell other parents what he does for a living. You know how parents kind of get in a pissing contest? You know, well, my son's a doctor. My son's a lawyer. Miss Richmond, what does your son do? That's his mom. Well, my son slowly kills himself for entertainment purposes. Yeah, you can watch it on channel 277. Be sure to TiVo it. It won't be around for long.
The original Nintendo just came broken, didn't it? You be blowing into the thing all day. And only you could fix your own Nintendo for some reason, right? Your friends would try to do it, and you're like, that's not how you do it. You have to slide it towards the edge and to the right, and you have to play easy listening music. There's a book that I shove in here. Where's Stephen King's It? We can't play Super Mario Brothers. There's 4 or 5 nerds in this audience right now going, Stephen King's It would be way too big to shove into a Nintendo.
Britney Spears always wanted to be a singer ever since she was a little girl. And I thought there had to be times where her family just couldn't stand the sound of her voice. You know, there had to be a time where her mom was driving her in her car and Britney's in the back seat, you know, and her mom's favorite song comes on the radio. Journey, maybe, and she's turning it up, you know, just a small town girl living in a lonely world. And then Britney had to kill in the backseat, just, she took the midnight train going anywhere. What?
I have a Latin girlfriend. She's Latin girls are fierce though, man. Like, you guys are really fierce. Like, me and this Latin girl, we were arguing in the car about where we wanted to go eat, right? She wanted Taco Bell. I wanted McDonald's, right? She was slamming on the dashboard. She was like, I want Taco Bell. I want Taco Bell. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? I hope God punches you in the face. She was like, oh, you want God to punch me in the face? You want God to punch me in the face? And then the airbag exploded. And I turned to her and I said, you know, God chose McDonald's, just so you know, right?
I can never remember which cat food to get either, so I always have to ask my wife. I have to call her on the cell phone, and I'm like, which items do I have to get for these cats? She's like, babe, it's easy. It's in the blue bag. It's the indoor weight control hairball formula. Yeah, these are some high-maintenance cats we have at my house. That's very specific. They don't have any specific food for me like that at Walmart, all right? I can't just walk in and be like, hey, where's the overweight, bald, white guy, broken dreams food? You,
Who generates $1,000 with no job in 30 days legit? $1,300 times 12, that's $32 billion. Not affording that, so I got 40 roommates. 40. I have no room, I sleep on the wall. No room at all. I get no girls. Can't bring no girl. Where you sleep at? Right there. You sleep on the wall? No, girl, it's Inception. You gotta flip it.
I love it when you're shoe shopping and you're like, you know what, I'm a 9.5. I've been in a 9.5 for 20 years. And they're like, you know what, we're the professionals here. We're gonna decide. Can you put your foot into this medieval raccoon trap for me? Oh, it's kind of floating over the side. We'll give you some size 7 girls' Tevas and we'll see if you can work it out.
So I decided to try to do something about it. So I joined Weight Watchers. Promptly gained 30 pounds, yes. I am not bragging. You know that part where it says you can still eat all your favorite foods? Not all at once, as it turns out.
I do love me some fast food, and I saw y'all got it out here in Pasadena. Don't y'all love Panda Express? Panda Express is my favorite. Y'all like Panda Express? Ain't that the tastiest Chinese food cooked by Mexicans you ever had in your life? Oh my God. It should be illegal, and so are some of the cooks. I'm telling you, it's great. I be sitting there on my chopsticks like, I don't know what you did to this orange chicken, Javier, but this is delicious, thank you. When did you and your amigos start putting cheese and sour cream in the egg rolls, dog? This is the bomb.
The problem with these dating sites? Everybody's looking for the perfect mate. That doesn't work out. You know what I think we should do? My idea, flawmatch.com. Figure out the one flaw you're willing to live with. Yeah, you laugh, but I actually bought the domain. You guys think about it. You're on the internet and you go to the site and you're like, oh, I want to find a blonde who likes children, children-friendly, and has irritable bowel syndrome. I could deal with that. Redhead, pet-friendly, no face. I don't need a face.
I was reading about this guy the other day, Thomas Stefanelli. Did you hear about this? 37-year-old pizza delivery driver from Tampa, Florida, got shot delivering pizza. Continued to deliver the pizzas that were still in his car before going back to work and then ultimately going to the hospital. He got shot and he kept working. Talk about dedication to your job, right? He initially told police he didn't have any enemies. He didn't know why anybody would want to shoot him. But then he had a press conference the other day. I don't know if you saw it. He says he remembers now telling a buddy back in 1985 to shoot him if he were still delivering pizzas at 37.
I didn't even know there was stand-up comedy here tonight. I saw the microphone. I thought it was karaoke night. Yeah. Because you know, karaoke and Hello Kitty, that's like crack to little Asian girls. Pachaco! I need you in my life.
I have all these Cuban cousins, which is random because I'm Jewish. But my Jewish grandfather married a Cuban lady, and they just kind of like bred. You know, there's a whole bunch of them now. And I really wanted to be like them when I was younger, so I would try to learn Spanish to talk to them. And I was super white, so it didn't work out that well. But they called me flaquita, which I don't know if you know means very skinny. Not in a nice way, it's fine. So I always knew when they were talking about me. And my cousin came up to me one day and was like, "Tú tienes la cara de una cebolla," which means you have the face of an onion. I wasn't like Spanish one, so I was like, onion. Oh my God, she thinks I have layers and I'm deep. We're gonna be best friends.
And we're human beings, we do the best we can, but we only use 10% of our brain. 10%. Should we really be in charge of the planet? I nominate the dolphins. Because here's what I've figured out, man. When the dominant species on the planet only uses 10% of its brain, it makes that planet the short yellow bus of the universe. Earth needs a helmet, is what I'm saying.
I can't hide being black. Hey, Gordon, you black? Of course not. It's clear to see I'm Asian.
Did you see the way I drove in here? I almost killed 4 people. Dumplings? No? Konnichiwa. All right. I could do that joke because my best friend's Vietnamese. And that's a nice way of saying I can't find my dog. He ate him, yes.
All my girl cousins are into Morrissey. How many Mexican chicks are into Morrissey in here? Come on. Oh, he's so cute. He's got the sideburns. Man, I hate all my chola cousins, all the girls. They shave their face off and draw it back on. I want to see them break a sweat so I can see their face look like a Picasso painting.
Fellas, you know what I'm talking about. What does she do? What do you hear? Right before she falls asleep when she's mad, what do you hear? Is this. You okay? You sure? Good night. Good night. Honey, are you sure that I said I'm fine? Next thing I know, she's in the back of the room. She's eating. There's a dead zebra. She is eating a dead zebra like the plains of the Serengeti. Uh-oh.